Hi, my name is John, and in this video I want to talk about the scumbag nature of being a human and the fact that you're a scumbag and it's okay. So the insight that I want to offer here is that humans are fundamentally selfish creatures, through and through. What it means to be human is to be a biological machine that's built to survive. Its function, its purpose, its drive, and all of the mechanisms and technology, so to speak, biological technology involved, serves one function. It's the persistence of the machine as it is. And then on a species level, the persistence of the species. But you, as an individual, have one job, and that is to keep being you. And so all of your drives are directed towards that goal. You're going for food. You're going for identity validation and promotion. You're going for comfort, which is an indirect, or comfort is how you don't die, basically. So everything you're doing is to not die, so you're completely selfishly oriented as an entity. And what happens is, in current culture, being these super self-reflective people, is I think we develop a sense of guilt about this inherent selfishness, which is not necessary, because you are a function of the survival drive. And so what you're doing is totally natural. The problem is, and the shift that I want to offer, is that you can still be entirely selfish. In fact, you will be entirely selfish regardless. But you can change that selfishness and check it or modify it such that more intelligence is infused into the process. What I mean by more intelligence is more perspectives are taken, and more things are understood in the survival process. So more perspectives, meaning you understand that other people are trying to survive just like you, and you come to understand that you are surviving in a system of other survivors, and act accordingly. Act accordingly means you don't fuck over these other people, because if you fuck them over, you're fucking over yourself, because you depend on them for your survival, so to speak. So that would be infusing more intelligence by perceiving more perspectives and seeing the broader system of things. Also, when you see more perspectives, you generate a feeling sense that is a simulation of their perspective. And when you simulate their perspective, you're less likely to fuck over that perspective, because you feel the pain that would be caused by it when you're simulating it for yourself. So you're indirectly causing that pain because you're simulating it for yourself. And you don't want to fuck yourself over, right? So selflessness is actually selfishness with maximum intelligence. When the self, or the selfish process, has infused enough intelligence into its process, it becomes selfless. Because it turns out selflessness is the ultimate self-service that you can do. When you're entirely selfless, you are serving yourself most effectively. And this is why people at the highest levels of development that we know of tend to have more selfless tendencies. It's because they've come to understand things at such a fine or such a acute level that selflessness is just obvious. It's like, if I'm anything less than this selfless, I'm fucking myself over. I am misusing resources. I am ruining relationships. I am not being as effective as I can be given all of the conditions that are true and in place. So the point here being, you are a selfish robot, basically. Being a person is being a selfish robot, and that's okay. Your only task is to infuse as much intelligence into this selfish process as possible, such that you become selfless naturally, or selflessness becomes the obvious operating principle. In my own experience, I see this happening clearly. I'm a selfish prick, and my personality is kind of mean, I guess. But the more intelligence I infuse, the more perspectives I take, the more things I understand about the nature of reality, the more accurate my model of things becomes, the more obvious and natural selflessness becomes. The more my morality just develops. Random stuff like picking up trash just starts to happen naturally. Before I would just let trash go, but now I see it, and it's like I'm compelled by my emotions to pick it up. And I don't think that's because I'm a good person. I think that's because more intelligence and more perspectives and more of a systems understanding has taken root in me. And the selfishness in me is compelling me to do that because I don't want to fuck myself over. And I see that litter is fucking myself over because I'm fucking over the environment, which I depend on for my own personal selfish survival. So the gist being, you're selfish, that's okay. All you have to do is be more effective at your selfishness. That ends up putting you into a place, something like Jesus. So, thank you.